It's training camp season, and today we're looking at the New York Giants and getting a good look at Russell Wilson. We're going to watch him throw the rock around, work through some drills and everything else. Before we dig in, though, you need to click that subscribe button right now because we're looking at practice every day. We're looking at your favorite teams, your favorite players, those rookies, those position battles. Guys are drafting in fantasy football here soon. We're giving you fantasy analysis on those players as well. Click that button. Stop missing out because you need to know what your players are doing behind the scenes. Today, we're looking at Russell Wilson. Today's practice clips, yesterday's practice clips, I got enough to give you a full video on, and I'll continue to give you clips on him, the Giants, Scattaboo, Dart, and a bunch of other players throughout training camp season. But here we go. Here we go, Giants fans, fantasy football aficionados. We got a lot to look at here today, and we're watching Russell Wilson. There we go. Good spin there. And what I mean by good, I was talking about the feet and the quickness. What happened there? I wasn't watching that part. I was watching his feet and talking. I will definitely say this. Going into these clips that we're going over with Russell Wilson, I said it yesterday. I did a Giants video. Downfield, there's Wandale. That was yesterday. He did not get a training camp last year with the Steelers. Remember, he had that calf issue. He had moments where he could practice, but he didn't get a full training camp. And he came in the middle of the season. Remember that? Ooh, he threw it in there. I didn't complete, but he threw it in there. He came out fast. He has this one ball yesterday to Malik. And they're yelling leak in the crowd at some of these practices too. Whenever there it is. Back pylon. And he's going to show it. Right there. He needed it more back that corner for him to make a play. That's something to notice. But all in all, I'm not seeing any accounts of him having bad play when you're putting everything together. And the one thing I'm liking about Russell Wilson, very confident throwing the rock there, pushing it downfield. Like, not afraid to make mistakes. He's locking in with Malik Nabers, though. He is looking his way a lot. A lot of that's by design. It's practice. But I have a feeling like Malik Nabers is going to get his targets. Malik Nabers is going to get his targets. Like, half of this is a Malik Nabers highlight reel. Half of this. And Malik Nabers has been cooking. He's been cooking. Like, he is the offense. He's the offense. Like, you got some pieces, but he's the offense. He was last year. He was up there in target share. Like, he led the league in target share most weeks. Opportunities. He was getting so many targets. At the end of games, it looked like one of those wrestling matches, those Iron Man matches, where both guys are just peeling themselves off the canvas. It was like some of those games with him. He was getting so much work and opportunity. Running on almost all the routes. He is the offense. Well, what's up with this play? You see him double look back at him. Coming back towards the ball. Coming back to the ball. Nabers is so nice. And all you need is just be good enough at quarterback. You don't have to be Tom Brady. Russell Wilson, back nine of his career. And we've done a lot of videos on Russell Wilson throughout the years making fun of him. Those workouts he does while in the off season, when he's between teams even. Those moments where he's saying funny stuff like on an airplane. Malik Nabers is going to be the man here. They know Malik Nabers is going to be the man. Russell Wilson has that ingrained to him. And I know he played with DK, but Malik Nabers is going to be the best wide receiver he's ever played with. Again, you got to get to that back pylon. But it is what it is. It's one throw. It's practice. You iron that stuff out. And you're going to have that stuff in games. Even top quarterbacks will have that stuff in games. You got to look at everything as a whole here. Firing it out. Getting it out there. What I like about Russell Wilson, he'll push it downfield. He'll push it. He'll get air yards on those pass attempts. He'll get under it. Allow them wide receivers to make a play. We saw that with the Steelers. That Steelers offense last year took shape and changed. So how are we expecting this to look in fantasy football? You're looking at Russell Wilson as being a streaming quarterback. So that's going to be week to week. Or if you're going cheap at quarterback, you got Malik Nabers. They're going to be pushing it. It's not like you have Ashton Genty or one of the top running backs in the league where you're just going to pound it out all day. Like, they're going to have to air it out a bit. You're looking at the Giants on the defensive side of the ball. That defensive line, from what I'm hearing in camp from the beat writers, from their tweets, is that they're rocking it. Like, they're smoking it up. Like, they're doing well. Like, they're dangerous. You got Abdul Carter, which was the correct pick. That was the correct pick. Abdul Carter was the correct move. Now you're looking at Jackson Dart. He's in position to develop, learn behind Russell Wilson, but mainly Jameis Winston. Jameis Winston's there to teach. He'll teach anybody. If he walked in here, he'd teach me some stuff. And you know that from Cleveland and Deshaun Watson. He talked about that a bunch of times in interviews, how he was trying to take him under his wing and everything else. And now you're looking at Russ. He's the veteran. He's got a lot of history with Seattle. He's poised, calm, and confident. He's been there before. You got Malik Nabers, who, if you don't believe now, you'll believe soon enough. He'll be one of the best wide receivers in the league. If you don't believe now for some reason, like if you need to see more, you'll know. You'll know. Like if the LSU didn't buy you, if last year didn't buy you, draft status didn't buy you, you'll find out. You'll find out. It'll be right in front of your face. Eventually, it's just going to pulsate in front of everybody. He's that good. He's that good. Malik Nabers, I expect him to get all the targets. I think 25% target share at minimum. Minimum. I think we're going to be in the 30 range of the target share, which is elite territory. ADOT is going to be relative game to game. He's going to get so much workload that it might seem like a little low. Like it could be like 9, 10. But it'll also be one of the top wide receivers in the league when it comes to deep ball attempts. 20-plus yards. And that's because he's getting so much targets that they're just getting him the ball every way, shape, or form. You kind of saw that last year in some matchups. But the volume's going to be there. Air yards per game is going to be there. And if you strip out like those plays, that ADOT's going to be out there. He's going to be in position to cash out with Russell Wilson. He's just going to be in position. He's going to have good balls coming his way. It'll be better balls than last year. He's second year in the league. He's automatically confident in his abilities. This is a stud wide receiver. This is a top 5, top 3 wide receiver in the league. Top 3 wide receiver in the league. I'll call that out now. When it comes to talent and everything else, he's only going to blossom. That's the thing about that. Wandale Robinson will be a good dart throw in the back end of drafts. If you're looking for a patch-up wide receiver, he'll probably be on waivers, though, a lot of the year like he was last year. And he'll be one of those wide receivers you pick up that's getting target share that will have his moments for fantasy and sometimes not so much because the average depth of target will be a little bit lower. It'll be under 10. It'll be getting some of those shorter targets. So some of those games, those targets, and even the context of those targets have to rack up in a way where it scores more, where more red zone looks, or just more catches in general for PPR in those matchups. But again, 5 catches, 45 yards in some of those matchups as well. But some of those games he'll hit as a wide receiver 1 or high-end wide receiver 2, and you'll flock to him. He's just one of those wide receivers. And the thing is, Malik Nabers is going to own a lot of target share. Theo Johnson is a guy to pay attention to. He's been doing good in camp. He could emerge. He could emerge as a good streaming tight end this year, maybe even more. Malik Nabers, again, could impact that, making him more volatile due to that because he's going to get so much work. Scadaboo, I believe, is going to be a great lunch pail running back for this team. Good at all phases. Tyrone Tracy, they're going to eat into each other to start things off. I look for both those running backs to get some run one way or another. Tyrone Tracy's very explosive, where Scadaboo's has that history with Arizona State last year where he was very good. I think you got some talent on this team. I think this team could surprise you as long as they stay healthy and that defensive line keeps doing what it's doing. If Abdul Carter starts tapping in that upside potential soon in his career, like very early with what they already got, and they control the football, they could sneak some wins. If you get decent quarterback play from Russell Wilson to the point that he's actually cooking with Malik Nabers and company, and they control the football. Cam Scadaboo plays out of his mind. Looks like Arizona State Cam Scadaboo. You might have some things. The offensive line has always been the question with this team. But again, you control the football. That defense is cooking. You only need so many drives at that standpoint. You got a wide receiver that's always open or mostly open. And you got some assets here that could, if they take a step forward, lead you in the right direction. This team is not too far off. There are some what ifs. I've said this in the Colts video yesterday. A lot of teams, most of the teams in the league have a bunch of what ifs. And if some of those what ifs hit, then they could exceed expectations. So we identify the what ifs, and we look at those what ifs, and we pay attention to see what's the likelihood of hitting those what ifs. Offensive line's got to hold up. We got to win the turnover battle. This defensive line, this pass rush, has to start hitting to its potential. When I mean potential, more than just being great, like upside. Hitting to that upside, clicking on all cylinders, killing drives every game. Malik Nabers just doing Malik Nabers things. Russell Wilson protecting football. And just getting closer to where he was at like half decade or so ago. I think you'd be surprised by this team. And then how it could run bad. Offensive line just gets beat up. We get some injuries. Russell Wilson stops cooking or not cooking, but just good enough to get you by type of deal as an older veteran. That could happen in season, but there's a lot of things to look at, and I'm talking realm of possibilities. It's not a take. I'm just talking all the circles that we could think of with this team. It's a lot of things to think of, but we're back. We're back. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I want to hear about that. Make sure you hit that subscribe button on the way out. One thing for watching. Catch you on the next video.